Hi everyone, and welcome to today's class. We're just a day after the new moon, which was the first one after this heavy eclipse energies. And I know many of you commented they have been very tired, needed a lot of sleep, and they had very vivid dreams. So yes, obviously there is an infusion and an injection of new, fresh energy. Maybe you also notice that you are changing a perspective in whatever, or your opinion about something, because there are new revelations, new insights, whatever that means for you personally, you know. So let's see how this new, fresh energy works in our body and what we need to do for it. It's a little bit colder, so I need some socks. And I just suggest that you always make sure that you feel nice and cozy, but also appropriate, so you can really feel what you're doing and that your sports gear helps you to feel what you're doing. Okay, so we start, as always, with the reaffirmation of the upper arms. So, nose, sternum, navel, pubic bone in line, sit bones together, and shoulders and little fingers in line, little toes in line with your hips or your muscle line, and then sink your sit bones together and like a fountain coming out of the crown of your head. So the palms of your hands are forwards, little fingers move towards your thumbs, all fingers are long and your elbows are relaxed. Ribs together, lengthening everything, and release. Okay, now again, palms forwards, little fingers towards the thumbs, ribs together, lengthen from your head, sit bones together, and release. So your fingers stay long, it's just thinking. And thumbs towards the little fingers, ribs together, lengthening, sit bones together, lengthening at the front of the legs, at the back, and release. One more time. Thumbs towards the little fingers, lengthening, lengthening, and release. Okay, going to the end of the mat with the same muscle coordination. Always making sure that your knees are relaxed, same as your elbows. Just down, feel the weight of your head long behind your neck, that's very important. Okay, navel in. Sink long here, whether your legs are bent or stretched, that's not important, just sink long. Breathing in, on the out breath, navel against your spine and just release. One more time, navel against your spine and release. And one more time, navel against your spine and release. Just bend your legs and let your blood flow down, and now you get to decide whether you want to accompany me for the next exercise or skip it, and I'll see you for the one afterwards. Okay, so from here, it's important to have your hips parallel to the floor. Make sure that your foot is, that the weight is evenly spread on your foot, big toe, little toe, and heel. Elbows are bent. You can bend or stretch your supporting leg, lengthen your back, energy through the heel, the head, the full waist, and the knee of the leg that's up there. And really feel the length and think long, visualize the length, the straight lines. That's what we need. No pushing. Just breathe, and here we are. Other leg, lengthening. Energy through the head, through the knee, through the heel, lengthening everything, lengthening. Just lengthening, hips parallel, make sure you're not opening your hips, parallel to the floor, and just releasing. Breathing in, and I will just repeat this once. If you want to go on already, you can, of course. You do what your body feels like. Hips parallel, or communicates what it needs, lengthening. Energy through the knees, through the head, and releasing. Breathing in. On the out breath, here we are, lengthening. Lengthening. Navel in. Energy through the knee, through the heel. And always visualize and feel if there's anything else, intention, what you possibly could think long, and it will change. Okay, so here we are, lengthening, lengthening, and up, energy through the head, and through the big toe, hips parallel, relaxing the elbows, just relaxing, and down we go, and breathing in, on the out breath, lengthening, lengthening, energy through the head, through the elbows, lengthening, 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 just lengthening, and releasing, breathing in, and one more time, lengthening, lengthening, lengthen, lengthen everything, just going down, going up, just lengthening, hips parallel, and down we go, breathing, and one more time, lengthening, just lengthening everything, long, relaxing the head, very important. And release. Okay, let's check out the lower back and see how it's doing. Just relaxing. Remember, your hair always needs to be, well, not leading to any tension. Yeah, very important. Okay, so next is some push-ups. So for the ladies, it's a diagonal line from your knees to your head, and just relaxing the elbows, and then you come up because of the continuous flow of the fountain that you're imagining in your center. That's the same for gentlemen actually, but you've got a diagonal line from your heels to your head, relaxing the elbows, and then just coming up. Please, ladies, stay with your knee version. You can also overcross your ankles in that position if you like. Lengthening, make sure there's nothing like this going on, or like this, yes. So, diagonal line, keep visualizing the diagonal line. Don't aim for going low. Aim for a stronger approach with this fountain, because what we're aiming at is strength here, not anything else. And definitely relaxing all this. So just doing a couple more. Lengthening, relaxing, relax knees and elbows all the time. Just relaxing and back. Relaxing the back, or just having the blood flow down. Okay, so now we're all in this plank position. If you can, there should be no strain on your wrists. That's why we've got the weight in the center and the strength here. Just opening the biggest possible circle up and the biggest possible circle down. Lengthening up, and always have your shoulder blades parallel, so don't open your arms too far back. It's like a little diagonal here, otherwise, and also the other diagonal is outwards. So it's not, when I see this, that would be already arching my back. It's in front and butt forwards. It likes to stay behind. Okay, good. Now, continuing, legs together on the elbows and center line well established. Little fingers in line with your shoulder blades, and there's nothing like this going on. Okay, so breathing in and try to lengthen and see if you can go up. If you can't, no worries. Just feel the activation of the muscles, because this is what we're aiming for. The muscle work, not whatever it looks like. Well, it has to be correct in the lines. That's it. Okay, so if that was not too much of a challenge, just go for this one. Now you've got the little fingers in line with your wrists, breathing in, and on the out breath, and relaxing, and lengthening, and lower. Okay, we do one more. Lengthening. If that was not a challenge, you can lengthen your leg and go up, and lengthen going down, and releasing it. And up again, and lengthening, and down we go. Breathing in, and up, lengthening, energy through the head, most important, and through the toes, and lengthening and releasing, and just relaxing here. Just relaxing here. Okay, now stretch out. This is your private moment. Just do what you need. Lengthening. Okay, good. Now, your little toes in line with your hip or your muscle line. Hands behind your head, breathing in, and sit bones lengthening until your head coming up, breathing in. And now, the longest possible way, just think at the front of your body, down. Breathing in. Now think the back long from your sit bones to your head, biggest possible circle. If there is any tension in your neck region, you can always push against your hands with your head. Now lengthen here to go down, center line, and release. Okay, one more time, lengthening, navel in. Now, lifting your legs to 90 degrees. They are hip wide open, navel in, lengthening. Energy through your heels and through your head and your elbows. And relax. Just let them flow down. Breathing in. And again, lengthening up, coming up, biggest possible circle. Now take your legs to that same initial position. This time your feet are a little stretched. Maintaining this 90-degree angle, you just touch the floor. And again, touch the floor, and touch the floor, navel, and your navel should stay in. If it does not, just make sure you stop the exercise. Okay, so from here now we take the legs up. They can be bent, of course. Yeah, you can do it here. Sit bones, heels is the criteria we need. Now, lengthening everything up, breathing in, and just taking both legs to one side. Energy through the head, the elbows and the toes, other side. and again to one side, center, and other side, and release. Just relax, give them a little shake if you need. Also your arms, three-dimensional to not affect the shoulders, very important. Legs as they wish. Okay, hands behind your head. Now lengthen your legs up again. Breathing in, biggest possible circle to come up, lengthening. This time we start to the other side. Lengthening. I should be constantly working here, so there's no coming in and out. Of course you can do this with bent legs, lengthening. I do one more, and lengthening. Just make sure you do a little stop in the center, so you've got like your reset 0 point for the lines. That makes it a lot easier. Yeah, okay, so going up again, hands behind your head, lengthening, coming up. This time I'm lengthening both legs continuously, empty out of the toes and the head, of course. And then it's the biggest possible circle down, which is easy. And the interesting part is, can you lengthen from here, sit bone, heel, one line, visualizing it to come up. Yes, and start smaller, start really small to really be sure that your navel stays in. So it's lengthening and coming up. And one more time, lengthening. So down is easy, coming up is the interesting part. And lengthening. And lengthening. And if that is not really challenging, you can balance on your sit bones and do it here. And it's slightly curving your lower back because you are doing abs. This is an abdominal exercise which really shows you how much strength you need for your legs. Okay, and let's give this lower back a little break. Yeah, if you would like to do the softer version, the more gentle one, just opt for that. You don't have to copy what's now best for my body. Good. Now we continue on the side. We've got one line from the little finger to the elbow, and elbows, hips and heels in line. I'm crossing over the upper leg, and you can, there's nothing going on here, it's all fountain. And of course you can do it with bent legs, or you lengthen, really lengthen. If you feel you're sliding, give more energy in both directions. Usually it's because there's not enough energy. Butt forwards, it likes to stay back. Okay, that was not challenging. Just fingers placed in that direction, elbow bends backwards, because this is not what we're working here. You can always, again, do this bend first, lengthening here, yeah, or just going up, lengthening. And down we go. One more, lengthening, butt forwards, make sure you've got your hand forwards, otherwise you're likely to arch your back, which we obviously don't want. Lengthening. Okay, so now we go for a little trip downwards, butt down and open, as we did before. Lengthening, lengthening, and maybe you want to do a little balance, little stretch, lengthening, whoops, see, lengthen, 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 and it's all about from the center out, 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 in the right time. If you miss out a part, like you could see with me, just a moment, then you're unstable. Okay, little finger in line with your elbow, elbow, hips and heels, and I'm overcrossing it. And of course I can do that bend, but I'm going to stretch to lengthen. And release, breathing in, and lengthening, lengthening, and okay, good. Now we've got the other version. As before, you can bend it or stretch. Lengthening, and down we go, relaxing, elbows backwards. So we have no tension in our shoulders, lengthening, and one more, breathing in, and on the out breath, now lengthening, and we go for a little trip, up and opening, always remembering the diagonal lines, lengthening, lengthening, and maybe we want to do a little stretch, lengthen, up, and good. Okay, let's see what the lower back says. Yeah, obviously there is a lot of movement going on, so the body needs movement. Okay, good. Now, from here, I'd rather go up a little bit. Just make sure you're always on the mat, yeah? Okay, so next we're doing an exercise for the center line, really lengthening, stretching, flexibility, so don't overdo it, just do what you can. You know your body. I'm lengthening my fingers, little fingers in line with the shoulders, nose in one line until the big toes. Lengthening upwards, navel in, breathing in. Here again, and out breath, lengthening, everything comes up. Now, putting my feet down. If you need some support, go for that. Now, foot massage out and coming up. Think slowly, 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 rolling up, and this is all relaxed, rolling forwards. If you need to bend your legs, that's all fine. If you get to this, good. What we need is sit bones and head in one line. If you can't do that, keep thinking, doing it, practicing, and you'll see, you make it. Navel in, up. Now the legs go up and they go backwards as far as you can. If that's your limit here or even here, think long, no problem. And think your back long. That's the main interesting thing, to think the back long. Lengthening the arms and coming back. It's not about staying there or anything, only thinking long. Bending in, sit back to your head, lengthening. This is all relaxed. Down we go, let's slide off the mat. Lengthening and lengthening here. Okay, coming back. And lengthening backwards. Up. And lengthen up. And backwards we go. And this time I'm lengthening the leg. This is the biggest possible circle. And lengthen, and only if there's no strain on your neck, on your head. So this is all good. Lengthening, lengthening, lengthening. Keep lengthening your fingers. Lengthening on the way down. I will do it one more time with each leg. You please go for whatever your body is telling you. And lengthen, lengthening, lengthening, and backwards. Lengthen your fingers, lengthen the legs, and bend in. Now sit back to your head, lengthening. So this is a good stretch for the upper back. Lowering the feet, lengthening, up. And lengthening, this is relaxing. Now look to your middle finger and lengthen. Making sure this is bent because we don't want any strain in the shoulder region. And lengthening, lengthening. Keep looking and go to a point where the stretch is most intense. But no pushing, it's always thinking long, thinking the energy through, lengthening, so there's no harm in there. Pushing can be harmful. Lengthening, energy through the head, through the big the middle finger I wanted to say, navel in, and down we go, and lengthening here, and just rolling down, and releasing. Okay, good. Right, now onto the side, middle finger in line with your ears, hips and heels, and make sure that when you support yourself here, what you're supposed to do of course, that your elbow is in contact with the body, because otherwise you may be likely tensing your shoulders. So now, if you like, you can also look down if there's tension in your neck. Otherwise, yes, please look straight ahead. Now, it's not being on this leg, it's about lengthening and everything else. Lengthening here, ribs together, sit bones together, energy through the heels, relaxing everything, and down. And again, breathing in. On the out breath, lengthening, sit bones together, lengthening everything, ribs together, and lowering. Good, breathing in, and one more time, lengthening. Now this time, the energy is always going through the head and the heel, so now we can turn. Of course, we've got the knees relaxed, just going down. And again, lengthening, navel is in, and energy through the head and the heel, turning out, lengthening, sit bones together, and releasing. Now I'm lengthening my feet, and lengthening all. I'm turning my arm, and I'm also releasing the upper arm upwards, lengthening and releasing. And one more time, lengthening. See how much energy you need to send through the fingertips and head and through the toes to release. Okay. Now from here, I'm bending the leg. My foot is in contact with the other leg, and I'm thinking down here and up here, and energy through the knee. And don't worry about your own flexibility, just lengthen. It can be very low, no problem. And lengthening down, energy through the head. Lengthen. Everybody needs to do what they need to do. Lengthening, up, and down we go. And I do one more, and I do that with a little stretch, but you only come with me if you feel that's appropriate for you, and it's wherever you need it to be. I'm not pulling my leg towards me, I'm thinking of long out of the leg, out of the other leg. So it's, again, this feeling of from the center to into all directions, and then lowering, lengthening, bending the underneath foot, leg, so the foot comes underneath the knee, and lengthening in the biggest possible circle, and lengthen. Good, let's go. Other side. Okay, so we've got the middle finger, ear, hips, and heels, and I've got my elbow in contact with the body. If you want to, you look down, just remember if there's any tension. Now lengthening, you can always do that. Now lengthening, everything here also is long, and just let go. Breathing in. It's just by visualizing the line here that all is working, and release. Okay, one more time, starting out the same way. Energy through the head and the heel, just turning out and releasing. Breathing in, lengthening, energy through, and through the heel, through the head, just turning, relaxing the knees and elbows, and just go. Okay, stretching the legs, lengthen, turning the underneath palm of the hand, other arm, lengthening, just lengthening from the head and everything else. And one more time, lengthening here, ribs together, head in line, and release. Okay, palm down again. Now lengthening energy through the knee and just lengthen. Feel the length through both legs, through the toes and through the head, of course. And we do one more. And please don't worry if your leg is like 10 centimeters high. I'm sure you're then not in need professionally to get them up, so that's fine. Lengthening. Lengthening, and although it looks like I'm pulling my leg towards me, I'm lengthening and I'm actually trying, getting the energy out, not in. See that? That's the most important thing, to get it out, not in. Okay, and then lengthening down, bending the underneath leg, and coming up, the biggest possible circle, over both sit bones, having your sit bones closed. Okay, good. Just seeing what the lower back says. Yeah, little shake. Go for what your body opts for, yeah? It will let you know. Because establishing a communication with our body is one of the goals of this form of exercise. So, thank you very much. Thank you for today's class, your participation, and of course I'm so happy about all these new subscribers. So thank you everyone who subscribed anytime, new ones, old ones. So thank you so much. It's just great to see my vision of more healthy, happy people grow, and to have you all here as a community working for a healthy, happy life. Lots and lots of love, and thank you.